Hi everyone, today I am going to be showing you some new and interesting snacks that I found here in Denver, Colorado, actually in a Target, so maybe it's not, it's probably not only here in Denver. But anyway, I'm here in my conference and I thought I'd shop around and find some new snacks. Let's get started and we'll do a kind of a taste test as well. So the first product that I have here is some Chobani Greek yogurt. This is the less sugar Greek yogurt. And if you're an American viewer, you probably know Chobani is probably all over the country. And I don't think, the reason why I got this is that I don't think we have this here in Canada, unless we do at some places, and I either just don't live there or I'm blind. So the second reason that I chose Chobani was because it was less sugar. So I was looking through the entire yogurt line at Target, and a lot of the no sugar or less sugar or sugar-free is just a lot of stevia that's added, which is totally fine if you are okay with that. But I personally just really dislike the artificial sweetener taste. I love it when there's just naturally less sugar, like it's actual sugar, but there's just less of it. Total sugars is 9. And then we've got, of course, high protein content at around 12 grams. I have got right here the Clingstone Peach, so let's give it a try. Okay. It certainly is a little less sweet than usual, but that's kind of an aftertaste. The initial taste is it's just peach yogurt. So I would say this is a win. So if you're someone like me who doesn't like the artificial sweetener taste, then I think this less sugar version of Chobani is going to be great for you. Next, we have mush. Now, I'm not 100% sure what this is, but just judging from the ingredients, and you know, it's called mush oats. So I'm thinking that it is basically like an overnight oats. It's the blueberry flavor, but it's got coconut inside. So if you take a look at the nutrition facts, obviously it's a little bit higher in calories because they use coconut milk. And in terms of the fat, yes, it's a bit higher because, again, coconut milk. They do have a chocolate flavor if you want to use that instead. In terms of fiber, 4 grams, which is pretty decent. And then for sugars, we have 8 grams of total sugars and 0 grams of added sugar. So that means whatever ingredients that they added in here, they didn't add any sugar to that. And with protein, we have 5 grams. So not necessarily enough for a breakfast, but definitely if you want to use this as a snack, this sounds like it would be really good. And if you want to turn this into a meal, I would just suggest adding something that's high in protein. So having, you know, some eggs beside it, add some nuts and seeds on top of it, or of course a glass of milk or soy milk or any other high protein milk alternatives. So let's try this out, shall we? I don't usually eat cold cereal or sorry, cold oatmeal. You can't really smell anything from it. Cheers. I don't quite know what this taste is. I mean, you do get a little bit of a coconut flavor, but there seems to be something else overpowering it. It does have a little bit of a tart taste to it. Other than the fact that it wasn't necessarily the taste that I was expecting, this is actually not bad. This next one is actually the one that I've been anticipating the most. So these are wild chips, Himalayan pink salt, and the thing that surprised me the most and triggered me to buy it was that it's made from chicken breast. In terms of the nutrition facts table, so very low in saturated fat, which is good, 11% of sodium, so obviously a little bit higher in sodium, but really, what can you expect with chips? For protein, we've got a legendary 10 grams of protein as opposed to regular chips, which is probably 0 or maximum 1 gram. All right, so let's try this out. Oh, already the smell is interesting. I won't say it's off-putting just quite yet because, you know, sometimes it can smell bad, but it can still taste good. But okay, so they kind of look like, those Wish chips that people do, the ones that are all curled over or furled over. Let's give it a try. Okay, whoa. To be fair, 11% salt is like decent. It's not overly high, but for some reason this is very salty. I can't describe the taste. It tastes something like an Asian snack that I've once had. It's got a little bit of a mealy texture. It doesn't taste like chicken. It tastes like a ground legume, like ground bean, ground lentil chip. If you're usually up to regular chips like Lay's and things like that, you can give these a try. You'll get a little bit more protein with your chips the next time. Next up, we have this Warrior snack mix. I think these are, you can pretty much call them kind of energy bites, and they're Bob's salted caramel. So this is made from almonds, honey, dried coconut, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, coconut oil, sea salt, and of course natural flavors and vanilla extract. It is pretty high in saturated fat, and again, this is from the dried coconut most of all, and the coconut oil. In terms of fiber, it's not the highest, but for a quarter cup of something like this, I think that's pretty fair. In terms of total sugars, not bad, 8 grams. In terms of protein, again, not the highest. So let's give this a try. Smell test. Oh my God. Let's give this a try. Very creamy, like a light sweetness. I think these are very good in small batches. Like if you need this as a trailing. If you're on the trail, if you're hiking, this is good as a hiking snack. If you want something a little bit sweet, but not overly sweet, and that provides a bit of fiber and protein as a late night snack, this is something that could work for you as well. And finally, we have hip peas. So hip peas are chickpea puffs, 0% saturated fat, which is great, and overall a very low source of total fats. We've got 9% sodium, which is kind of similar to those chicken breast chips. So they are a little bit higher in sodium, but they're not overly high. Then in terms of dietary fiber, we have 3 grams, which is pretty good, and protein 4 grams, which is also pretty good, and that's from the chickpeas. Oh God, this one smells weird as well. Okay. Okay, so on first bite, initial impression, it actually tastes pretty good. These are the vegan white cheddar flavor, and they actually do taste like cheese. It's not as airy like I expected. It did get a little bit dry at the end, but overall it's pretty good. So this I would actually definitely recommend, especially for those plant-based individuals out there who wants to try something savory and crunchy, but also just for everybody who wants to and likes to try new and interesting things. So overall, I think if I was to rate all these products from the best to the worst, I do enjoy the Chobani a lot. That would be my first because I really love yogurt, and they did a really good job with this less sugar yogurt. I can barely tell the difference between a regular flavored yogurt versus this. Second would be the hip peas, because these are something that actually provide a bit of protein and a bit of fiber, and it actually kind of feels like I'm eating Cheetos. Third, we have these Warrior snack bites here. They would be pretty good snacks whether you are just taking a snack throughout the day, hiking, or on a trail and you're hungry and you need a little pick-me-up. Number 4, we have the Mush oats, just because of the initial taste that that threw me off a little bit. Maybe if I picked the chocolate one, it wouldn't have happened. And finally, I'm sad to say that the most anticipated snack for me was also unfortunately my least liked snack, the chicken breast chips. I was so wanting these to be good, but I think they were just, it really just didn't taste like any sort of meat to me, let alone chicken, and it was way too salty for me. I don't think the 10 grams of protein justifies me eating this day in and day out as like a regular snack. I just really don't like it. And I'm very sorry to say, if this is one of your favorite snacks, I'm sorry about that. We all just have different tastes. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed this video. Please let me know in the comments down below if there are actually any other snacks that you want me to try or recommend me trying. And I'll see you guys next time.